So I actually wouldn't mind it because the engage from Hanwha is mega lackluster. So a disengage support actually would be good. Obviously, the big downside, an obvious downside of this is that it's Execute playing it. So instead, they're going to give him the ability to engage. But if this was a different player, I actually would have not minded it at all. Because look at the composition of Hanwha and then think about how they would engage a fight playing into something like Janna.
Tend to win that neutral fight. So Fearx going to have to be the ones playing proactively here. They have a buy, they have options. Let's dive onto the Rift here for game number 1.
The farming variety where the teleport does get a lot more value. In this case, not going to be necessary as his main priority is getting Viper to an item, and from that point on,
hover around your bot lane and make sure they're okay.
Oh,
this is a big old wraparound.
This has to work. He is giving up a ton of farming time. Let's see if it does.
Yeah, Hannah could be in trouble here. Steadfast Presence comes down. There's a heroic charge. Shattering Strike is decent as they've split the damage. Viper just flashes over though. First Blood still goes to Execute, but I still think he's probably going to die here. There is the Q. Peanut makes his way out. And that is 2 for 1 in favor of Hanwha Life Esports.
He needs to die. This is not allowed.
He is getting closed in on here as Willa does find the Vault Breaker. Doran is now able to throw out the Needlework as now Peanut comes in. Henna not going to get stunned up, but still going to take way too much damage. Hail of arrows comes down, but Doran is still dead on the other side of the map. It's a 30 CS lead, and now they're looking for even more plates, and Peanut is once again here. Keeper's Verdict going to miss, and Peanut is still going for it. Okay, there's a flash from Henna. Crash down doesn't really do too much, but the Chains of Corruption don't connect either, and now Willa, he's going to make his way in. That's the shutdown. Magnet Storm as Peanut's dead as well, and Henna getting that kill, absolutely massive. Can Delight survive? I don't think so, and that is a double for the Zeri. Hanwha Life Esports feel like they can at least start this one off. Control wards going to be removed here. Exactly right. Closer moving on over. Extended beam comes down. Willa engaging once again. There's the Devour in trade for the cease and desist. As crashing down is Execute. Henna looks for an opportunity and will find 2 with the Emperor's Divide. And it almost looked like it happened in slow motion, but Fearx just disintegrated.
Either you fully commit to that, Wheeler goes in, then Clear needs to be there as well. Or you don't commit, which would have been fine. You bait out the TP and let it be as Henna.
Yep, seen this one before. As Pistol Dive, that is going to confirm it. And Execute comes down, just doesn't find anyone with the Shattering Strike, as Peanut is Poppy. And so he is going to do that wandering around thing. Peanut is still dead because Viper just did not want to risk it, I guess. And Delight, I feel like Peanut didn't have to die. But now,
the fight.
7 seconds before this Mountain Drake. You're exactly right. Clear on a deep flank. Viper is finally going to hit an ultimate, but there's the Devour. That's going to get him out of dodge. Now Willa, cease and desist as he does use Peanut to taxi his way out of the fight. But look at Fearx's health bars. They're going down so incredibly low, and yes, Peanut's low as well. And Zeka still has Emperor's Divide. They still have so many tools. This Magnet Storm is going to have to be massive, and it does manage to find 2. Oh my god, the shove is also amazing. Viper in the back of the pit, but everybody else is just in a blender. And Delight, he might be able to make his way out as now Viper is kiting. He's doing so much damage. Now Closer taking so much as well. Henna trying to go for the 1v1, and he will be able to find it. And now Clear pushes him out of the seismic shove, so Delight will survive, but they will get the Drake. Oh man, Fearx keep themselves in it.
They're at -11.
And they managed to beat Bro.
Yeah.
And we're going to see another Magnet Storm coming down here from Execute. Crashes down as well. Buys some time for the rest of his team to get over here, but Peanut lasts so incredibly long. And Viper is going to die once again. I think we're certifying it. I think the Zeri is online. And they just put Doran into the ground there. Oh my, okay, Fearx, I think they've gone and done it. I think we've officially turned the tables.
Especially once he finishes his BT. It looks like instead went for Runans. As Peanut.
Yes, his assist comes down. There's a seismic shove, and it's going to take a little while, but he will die. Oh, never mind. Does have the flash. Will be able to get himself out. So they do use some cooldowns, mainly the ultimate, but Willa doesn't seem to care too much about that. He'll get another flash as now Doran looking to try and chop him down. The Needlework will come out, and that gets rid of the Vi. But the Gwen is also going to be down as well. So Fearx continue to trade up. As Viper off to the side, wants to find an opportunity.
Hanna doesn't have plans.
To Hanna. Okay, Delight moving on over. There's a Weaver's Wall as well as Closer joining the fight. They do use the Devour very, very early as Viper tries to outplay it, but it just does not work. Now Zeka will finally get amongst it, but Henna, he gets out of the way. And now Peanut, he's trying to get back through, but the heroic charge is not going to be enough. And yeah, the Azir turns up, maybe just too little, too late, as he will evaporate as well. And FearX, it is just winning to more winning for this team right now.
In control of the game, rather, that's fine. That doesn't really matter that much. You can gain priority in sides, then rotate over to an objective first.
Oh, Magnus Storm. See whether Peanut's going to be pulled back, and he does. Weaver's Wall comes in. It was a little bit late, but it's still going to be enough as Peanut is just picked off and destroyed. FearX just finding these little angles to find these picks, which does just continue to break down structures and continue the snowball. Inner turret does go down there on the bottom side, but they are now looking for a bit of a reset. 8,000 gold the lead. Closer coming on over to try and stop Doran from taking down this turret, but I don't know whether he can. Seismic Shove goes wide as Needlework comes in, and he's snipping a lot. Flash does come out there as, yeah, he's just going to be cut down. In melee range with a Gwen as a Talia, you're just not going to feel very good. As okay, Doran sort of thought he was going to be doing something, but then decides not to. Okay, Weaver's Wall does come on down, and they're looking to just pick off the Gwen. She's dead. Nothing they can do about it. And Henna even going to grab that kill. 7, 3, and 10 on this Zeri. And this is what they've been doing. FearX have just been diving and getting that one pick, and then making it unfair for the rest of the potential fight. If Life Esports do decide to take it, another pick potentially here towards this top side as Peanut is being caught out of position. Delight might need to use the Devour on this Poppy. Instead, it's going to be the Flash. He knows that he's going to have to use it on the carries, if anyone, or he's just going to die. Emperor's Divide not really going to find too much as the Magnus Storm comes on out here from Execute once again. And just slowly but surely, Life Esports are being picked apart.
The health bars are kind of low though, but reinforcements are coming in. Can they get out of there?
Okay, Doran is just going to dash on in. Okay, it is going to be Willow locking down the Baron, but can they stay alive? Here's the question. Or can they just kill them all? Is another one. It's going to be Henna taking down the Gwen. Keeper's verdict to try and make this a little bit less fair, but Execute, he's going to be the sacrifice. And I think FearX are totally okay with it. And Willow's level 16. My goodness. Okay, all out. Going to be used here towards this bottom side as Doran, he's just too far behind. Clear with all of his magic resist items is just going to solo kill him. 6-0-11.
I wouldn't even mind it if FearX just gave up the Baron.
Yeah, and just take Soul.
Yeah, but they're not doing it.
Okay, Peanut looking for an opportunity onto Willa, but it's immediately going to get turned, and they are a little bit closer to this one. Delight does devour the Poppy, but now he won't have that for either Zeka or Viper. And now Henna is just going to dive in, and maybe it's just going to work out. He's just tanking them all, and he will stay alive. This is going to be the team fight. Emperor's Divide comes out. That's going to get one, but it's a triple kill for the Zeri. Doran is still dangerous, and Henna is going to have to flash to try and get out. Well, I don't know about the melee range situation there, but that's okay. He does have a GA, and now he's looking for more. It's not going to be enough. And that is going to be the ace. And FearX, I think, are now just going to try and end the game.
FearX going to stomp on Hanwha Life in this first game. They don't need Baron. They don't need Mountain Soul. Start up the fight, force an early Devour, and then Henna with his GA says, watch me soar. Goes into multiple people, does as much damage as he needs to, and
I'm gobsmacked,
This is amazing. FearX is alive. We're watching it right in front of our very eyes here in this game number one. Same for Doran, same for Peanut. The top side just not carrying their weight in this one. Peanut, early on, great, thumbs up. But ever since that third dive, it's only been downhill from there, Atlas. Viper desperately trying, but it isn't enough. And don't be mistaken.
And that makes Akali's life
so much
a little
worse.
bit not good. But never mind, it's going to be not be like a counter pick or anything like that for the Talia. So very interested to see how this one's going to go. Let's dive under the rift here for game number 2.
Reliably.
Oh, are we going to see it? Are we going to see it? Are we going to see it? Flash, 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 flash.
Flash for just the Q, the Comet. And
yeah, I want to see the Comet, man.
Itself, obviously, with the Q is going to be really strong, but also Hanwha Life.
Oh my goodness, all right, they're going for it. There's a flash and I think he was going to die to the Ignite, but that was the Chad move right there. Peanut gets amongst it. And Willa wants to be able to use his smite as well. Back is coming through here for Closer. Clear's moving down. Does have level 6, but that Mega Gnar is going to be wearing off relatively soon. Crush can get him over the wall. There is the Gnar, and there is the Crush. So out they go. Because he's only just hit level 6. And all right, Peanut just going to dive on top of Henna. There's a cease and desist. He's knocked up forever. And now Execute going to offer himself up as tribute as well. Never mind.
And towards that top half of the map. The response does come through, but they're going to get a bunch of plates here. Zeka was also able to deny the plate in mid. Oh, this is very costly here for FearX. It's going to be like a 500-600 gold swing just off of
plates.
That one. Yeah, just off of that one plate. The amount of means being denied as well.
And now Teleport having to be invested here as Clear heads toward the bottom lane just to clean it up. And he was just happy feeding. And now you can see Viper just going to back away. Henna going to try and look to stop some of these backs. Isn't quite able to do so. Delight moving on over to protect the back and is able to then... Oh, never mind. This is really, a game of responses from FearX. Not able to actually move the tempo themselves. And now Zeka moving down towards the bottom side. Yeah, you're exactly right. Peanut making his way in. Cease and desist held on to until right now as the shuriken backflip does land. Great hop there from Clear, but now underneath the turret. And Zeka, will he die? Is the question. The answer is no, because he's got flash. It's going to be absolutely fine, and they take down the mini Nun. Now the teleport's coming in from Closer. Can he actually lock this one down as the Weaver's Wall comes on through? There it is. Threaded Volley's going to lock down one. There is the seismic shove. A good flash from Peanut. Gets himself out of the way. And now Doran, he's just going to finish off this outer turret on the top side. So even though Zeka goes down there, I still think absolutely fine for Hanwha Life. Much slower game as Doran move on in. Probably going to make things a little bit faster here as the all-out does come down. Seismic shove comes in there as well as Execute. Just devours Closer. Make sure that he stays alive. It looks like this dragon will belong to Hanwha Life Esports. Feels like FearX is still looking for some sort of wraparound, and there is the Weaver's Wall to try and split up this fight. Still, Viper standing on the rocks, not too worried. Still had Peanut there. Still looking for the re-engage. There is the instant cleanse as cease and desist lands onto Henna. Zeka trying to find the angle as shuriken backflip does land onto Closer, but he puts the rocks down. That means that the re-engage not going to be there. In the meantime, Clear is just clearing out the waves on the top side of the map, and he might even be able to get this turret as well. Peanut nowhere near.
Peanut, don't do it. Peanut, it's a trap.
Oh dear.
He knows. He knows.
Yeah. And he is going to see that it is over there. A couple of smites thrown around, but Willa is going to be able to grab it. As now Clear, he has no Narbar. This could be a disaster. This could be a free Baron for Hanwha Life unless they are looking for a potential turn here. 50% health onto Doran. He's going to get taken down very low. There is the Baron, but can they actually keep themselves alive? Because Clear has found the Mega Gnar, and Delight is just going to grand exit. There's the flash out from Peanut as well. As Viper, he might be the sacrificial Xayah, or Peanut could be going down as well. He does look to cease and desist, but unfortunately they will not say yes. They will in fact not stop. Viper will survive.
But FearX at least hold on Hanwha Life though. I gotta echo what you were saying. Really cute macro call.
Okay, Willa not gonna find the Glacial Prison. That should be the end of this turret as Doran diving on in. Cease and desist onto a Sejuani. Not sure about that one, and he's pulled back. Once again thrown into the inner turret, and Peanut punished instantly. Oh, seismic shove so close onto Delight there, but just a little bit off. And now they look for the Glacial Prison. They connect it onto Peanut, but the follow-up just not really there. Tongue Lash lands as well as Delight, making the most of that little shield, mitigating a fair bit. Is it actually going to be able to get them anything here as Clear? Might have found Doran. Might have found an opportunity, but no, Blast Cone is going to stop that fun. Chains of Corruption going to snag Peanut yet again! Oh, you shouldn't have said it, Chronicler. It really isn't his day. Another seismic shove comes down. And Hanwha just have to say goodbye to their jungler. With no jungle, is this just free Baron?
But they will be lacking a lot of CC. FearX still not willing to pull the trigger. Do you think that they really should at some point? Zeka's TP'd in as well.
Yep.
He is waiting on the other end of this fight.
Delight just getting pushed out here by his ex-teammate. Viper now trying to find a little bit of an angle. Doran diving on in, wants to find Henna. There is the Devour, though. Seismic Shove, just fantastic. And now Henna is in a much better position. Closer goes golden, but Zeka gets into the back line. The perfect execution is so strong. And now Doran is trying to pop off. Clear just massive in this fight as well as he throws a house at Zeka. He finds the Wallop and the Gnar. Glacial Prisoners, a drive-by here from Willa. And they do get out. It's a 3-for-3. And HLE Esports do have positional advantage around the Baron. They're looking to two-man it.
Zeka finds his way into the enemy backline. Clear.
That's not the teleport you were looking for. And he's just going to go down. And
that might dissuade them because Henna's going to come back up. So look at the health bar. So rather the electric.
Yeah, now Zeka is just killing everyone. The Baron does go over to HLE Esports. And now it is Zeka's realm that we are living in. And Fearx, I think, are starting to get a bit of an inkling that that is the case.
But Peanut's been doing a lot of that today.
He has. So let's have a look at this one more time. Well, not one more time because we missed it completely before. As he presses the perfect execution button, and then Henna gets one shot.
He's like, execute, you're nearby, right? Yeah, I got you.
Clear with Mega Gnar now. Might be a time for HLE Esports to be a little bit respectful as the rocks do go down. Oh, that's a lot of damage onto Viper. That's high value. As now they're looking for the engage opportunity. Chains of Corruption do land. And now Closer makes himself a flank. Seismic Shove doesn't quite find the angle. And Clear, he just couldn't really decide what he wanted to do because Zeka is about to break down their base. A little bit never mind. Doran is a brick wall. Clear trying to charge the Gnar bar. The Baron still taking damage here as Fearx going to have to try and get in there to go for this 50-50. Zeka just biding his time, waiting for his angle. He manages to hit the Baron with the Glacial Prison, but I don't know about that one as Delight gets a few decent charms. Closer going down extraordinarily low and still Zeka biding said time as Willa. Arctic Assault is
trying to run!
Good there. Trying to stop Doran from getting onto Willa with that Weaver's Wall, but unfortunately that is not going to happen. And Fearx, they lose their jungler, and now they're kind of in the wrong place. Henna trying to stay safe here as the backflip is going to land. That is going to be the end of him. An early flash as well to cap it off, as now Clear is just going to get perfectly executed. And yeah, that's the double kill for Zeka. It took them a little bit, but now the game's going to be over. We are going to game 3 as HLE Esports with a guy in the mid lane this good at Akali. It does looked like it was just too much for Fearx to get past.
Can't fold them. Zeka with his own world championship skin. Just flexing his Peanut
just flash over the top of Closer.
He missed the flash Q, yeah.
He did. Well, in goes Zeka and he finds a 5-point strike. All of those 5 points, I think, went into the Talia. So, HLE Esports, they will take game number 2. It's just lethality, Varus things. And as you can see here, like, the goal difference, it was never too massive until the very end, where that second Baron did go down. This is pre-recorded. And chroniclers from the future.
I've been having a lot of feelings today regarding this draft, and I feel like today...
So far today has felt very pivotal for both of these teams. The Zeri once again for Henna as well. A lot of good things on both sides. Let's dive into it.
Busted.
Yeah, and especially with Darius. All right, so I want to see the top lane.
I just think it's cool that he gets, 100 free AD.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah.
We do see some early damage coming through. I imagine a Viper with an E. I guess there. Oh, this will be big.
Yeah, Willow looking for the angle. There's the flash forward. Manages to get the slow. But now Doran is trying to battle him. He just has the ignite. So that's first blood in the 1v1. And now Willa can't even stay and fight. And Doran was a bit of a weak link in game number 1. So now we're going to see how he managed to do it. Gets apprehended. Takes the sweet spot of the Q there as well. And things were looking okay, but then he just ignited and he died. Yeah, I got him. I'll do it by myself. I'm just chilling. This is Ignite.
That said, I don't expect Doran to try and freeze us.
Oh, okay, yeah. Viper now getting all in, but Delight was just off screen. Still going to get stunned up. And Henna with the ulti running, difficult to go head first into. So they do get the ghost out of Viper, but that is about it. Not investing any summoner spells, but the ulti now on cooldown is important. Execute just hits level 6 now as well. That will unbreakable. Just a little bit of one.
We did.
Yep. Okay, once again, someone's going to get caught out. This time it's Delight. He's going to be thrown around. He's very tanky. It does take them some time, but the Vault Breaker is going to get there in the end. And now you can see Viper wondering what the heck he's supposed to do in this instance because he knows that they're going to be rotating around. Teleport going to have to be invested here, so Zeka makes his way to the bottom lane. That is going to save Viper.
It's a little bit behind left and right with mostly the plates in mid and top.
Oh. Execute. He's got Hex Flash as well.
A trap is set.
Indeed. Execute able to move himself in here as there's the Pulverize onto Peanut. Really like that from Execute, holding onto the headbutt. So that he
maybe. I think he's going to take the safe path. I don't know if it matters.
All right, let's see whether he's going to get apprehended this time around as there is the Q and the Noxian Guillotine reigns from above.
Must have felt really bad about having to leave Viper alone last time around. Still going to be big wins though. For Hanwha Life, I imagine. Oh, Fearx, this is a multi-man job.
Here's the Hex Flash. Headbutt comes on in. Pulverize and the Seismic Shove are going to be there as they get the Devour. Zeka is going to be able to help at least get one of these kills. It's Execute that takes down the Azir, and Delight stands his ground. So 1-for-1, that's not really what they were looking for, especially when Hanwha are able to also take this outer turret in the mid lane. Okay, Zeka and Peanut. They're in a pretty good spot here as Execute taking a lot of damage.
Ouch.
Yeah, Seismic Shove is at least going to zone away Hanwha Life, so they just take the opportunity. They're going to start off this dragon now.
Let it go.
Yep, Backs are going to come in, and that is Soul Point for free. Wow, beautiful. All right, Will is getting out of there. Spots Peanut, and Zeka as the Weaver's Wall is just going to be traveled down, and that will get Closer out to safety as well. Execute just taking abuse.
Ouchie.
Yep, arrows to the knee and stuff like that. But there's a cease and desist onto Delight. Chains of Corruption immediately cleansed by Henna, but look at these arrows. They are so dangerous, and now Peanut throws a buckler at Execute. He's out of there. Willa!
Flash?
He's just on the wrong side of this one. Can he make it to some Nexus turrets or a fountain? As Doran, he's ghosted. So's clear, finds the apprehend max range, and then he's going to be thrown back into Fox. Henna last hits him, and that is an arrow landing from Viper, so no execution for you, Willa.
Well, they're losing Soul.
Yeah, Soul is definitely going down. As Peanut, he's going to flash. Cease and desist is going to be the full commit here for Willa. Keeper's Verdict charged and is going to be cancelled as these piercing arrows are so deadly. Now, Peanut gets himself a big old shield because they take down the dragon that they had started off earlier. Now Execute wanting to find himself a pulverized angle. Doesn't quite get in there. Does manage to find it. As apprehended over the wall is Peanut, but he will just get devoured. And the Azir comes through, wipes the cow into Narnia. And that is going to be clear, attempting to get some of these guillotines, but it's not going to work out. And Closer just going to have to try and run away. The flash, tongue lash comes out from Delight.
He's right behind them.
Yep, as Execute going for the flank play. He does get the pulverize onto Zeka. The Unbreakable Will is unfortunately just not quite enough to keep him alive. And now you can see Viper, he's just looking to line up these arrows. They take down the first inhibitor. Now they're looking for more. Delight always very close to this Varus to make sure that he survives the entirety of the time. And Fearx, I don't know what the answer's going to be. I don't know what the options are at this stage of the game. It might just be move aside and allow the inevitable to happen as Hanwha and take half the health bar of the first Nexus turret. Clear is delivered a fiery circle to walk around in. One more Nexus turret to go. Closer now trying to find an angle. Chains of Corruption going wide. The arrow is going to land though. As even, like, to add insult to injury, there's also 6 bubs. So these structures just melt, and the threaded volley is hitting Void Mites. Oh, it's just not really what you want to see. As Clear now trying to find an angle, trying to find an opportunity. Will is lit on fire as Execute. He had just spawned and he looks to try and go in once again. The passive fully stacked onto Doran, and I don't think he cares. Cease and desist onto Viper, and he stands his ground. Delight still has Devour, guys. And Henna is going to be taken away by Zeka. And Fearx, they did a great job in game 1. They tried as hard as they could in game 2. It wasn't enough, and the same is the case here in game 3. But a much better look from this team in comparison to what we had seen prior. And I think that there are a lot of positives to take away from today if you're a Fearx fan.
as game number 2, they were kind of calibrated. This one, though,
isn't
they
that the
didn't waste...
coolest 9.5 thousand damage you've ever
They
seen?
didn't waste any time whatsoever. I think they did a great job at pushing, knowing that they had the advantage.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Jisun for the PUG interview translation, joined by Zeka and Viper on the side of Hana Life Esports after their win up against Fear X. Congratulations on your 3-match winning streak. How do you feel? Well, it was a very tough series, a very close one, so we had a lot of feedbacks around it already. I think we have to focus on the issues that was displayed today in order to improve our performance. What about you, Viper? Yeah, I think we are playing the match after a bit of a while. I'm glad that we were able to get the win, but still, I think we need to improve our performance. Zeka, speaking of feedbacks, I think Hana Life was able to kind of change up the composition after the first game. What did you guys focus on? I think our draft was pretty much fine in game number 1, and also our gameplay was not that ideal. There were some mistakes here and there, so we decided to just kind of try out a new style. And then we were able to see your Akali in game 2. Your Akali is holding a 77.3% win rate here in the LCK. Kind of proves why you have an Akali skin. In what kind of situation do you guys go for the Akali pick? It depends on the enemy's composition, you know. I have to see if I can actually get the value out of Akali up against the enemy's comp, and if there's no specific kind of targeting skill that can block Akali, I'm happy to try Akali. I think today overall both teams are trading Varus and Vi. How do you rate Varus right now? I cannot really go into too many details, but yeah, I think this is one of the most comparable blind pick champion in the current meta, and I think this is just decent in general. And Zeka, well, this is about the jungle meta, but we're seeing so many blind pick Vi. Why do you think Vi is now prioritized over tank junglers? I think Vi in both competitive games and also in scrims, she's very versatile. It's also very easy to play with Vi, especially together with Talia. She can make plays with the mid laner, and it's just easy to find synergy with other champions if you get to play Vi in the jungle role. And then we had Zeri locked in the game number 1. How was dealing with Zeri in the laning phase? What's the most important part? It's really important to make sure that you get to just shut her down before she gets too fed. And also, she's really strong when it comes to skirmishes and team fights post level 6. So you have to make sure that you don't just let her hit that power spike easily. And Zeka, you played Talia up against Talia for 3 games in a row so far. What did you focus on throughout the series when it comes to dealing with Talia? I think right now, Talia is really strong in the meta, so you have to really focus on the macro as well, like stacking up the Drake, and also know how to deal with her early pressure and the objective controls that happens early on in the game, and how to kind of get through those kind of situations in order to head to the later stage. Viper, you have been displaying a very strong carry performance lately. Are you confident that you can carry with any champion you pick? I think recently my performance was pretty decent, but I'm not really happy with my performance today. I think I gotta play harder and better. Hana Life's next opponent will be DRX, who just ended their losing streak. Thoughts about that matchup? I think, yeah, they are on the up and up, and I think we have to make sure that we can get rid of the mistakes that were shown today in order to get a win up against them. I think yesterday's victory will be a huge confidence boost for DRX, so I think we gotta make sure that we don't really let them, roll with that winning streak or the momentum, and make sure that we can secure the win. And this will be the end of the POG interview. Back to the space. Thank you.